What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lioness Den. You're tuning into Topics with Tina. On Sunday, I introduced the topics relationships versus situationships. I gave the definition of both. Today, I am going to tell you my pros and cons of each and some tips I believe will help us make better decisions. Relationship pros: love, companionship, regular intimacy, someone to build a life with, a real friendship, someone to confide in about your problems and issues, co parenting, raising healthy, happy children, extended family and friends, sharing of financial obligations, emotional support when you need it. Some relationship cons are being vulnerable, catching feelings for a person because we all human at the end of the day. You had those moody days where you don't necessarily feel like participating in a relationship, but you're in one. That's a con. Having to compromise. When you're in a relationship, it's not gonna be always your way. You gotta compromise in the situation. You sometimes you be worried about being alone. What if we break up? What I'm gonna do? Who I'm gonna be with? That's a real fear. When you in a relationship, when you emotionally involved and attached to somebody. Um, Caring about somebody else's feelings, being responsible for another person's feelings, dealing with outside children, dealing with their mothers and their fathers, that's a whole nother situation that you got to take on when you're in a relationship. Answering to another person, not so much as answering to them, but being accountable with them about where you going, what you doing, who you with, when you gonna come back. Just being courteous, just letting them know what's going on with you as a courtesy. That's something that's comes with being in a relationship. Um, Dealing with in-laws that may not necessarily get along with you or like you, or y'all just might not, you know, get along like that. Y'all may clash. That's something that you got to deal when you relationship with somebody. If they deal with their family, then ultimately, if you with them, you gon' end up, dealing with their family. You know, and when you get in relationships, sometimes you lose friends. Um, you change your whole friend dynamic. Change. You start hanging out with couples as opposed to hanging out with your single friends. That can be a relationship kind. Um, Now, situationships, those are they have their pros and cons too. Um, right off the bat, I can think the first thing about a situationship is that you have a strong physical attraction to this person. Y'all have a chemistry. This is what's drawing y'all to each other for whatever reason. You having casual sex. It's not you're not having sex on a regular basis because you're not in a committed relationship. So with a situationship, a pro of it could be, you having, casual sex, but you have little to no emotional attachment to this person. No commitment, no obligation to them. It's no pressure to get married. Because when you're in a relationship, a lot of the times is, people are asking, the person that you're in a relationship is asking, when we gonna get married, when you know, you just don't know. So it's always a constant thing with feeling that pressure of if you should ask the person to marry you, if you should accept a proposal, is it the time, have y'all been together long enough, all that comes into play with a relationship. Um, no title and no label, in a situationship. So there's no responsibility, there's no expectation there of anything. Y'all just kind of hanging out with each other, friends with benefits, whatever it is, whatever your situationship call for. Um, in a situationship, a pro is usually you should have a clear cut understanding with this person about what's going on, what is going on, what ain't going on. You should have a understanding, but situationships are such a great area because feelings do get involved because you are human, so you never know how that's gonna go. In a situationship, you don't gotta worry about being cheated on because y'all not in a relationship. You can do whatever you want to do with whoever else, and they can do the same. So it shouldn't be no problem with you feeling like you being cheated on. But it's also some cons that come along with being in a situationship. Not being a priority in a person's life. Um, Having a lack of trust for that person, depending on what the situation is that y'all involved in with y'all situationship. Y'all not building no bond with each other. Y'all might like each other, y'all might be cool, but y'all not really bonding on a certain level. It's a lack of affection outside the bedroom, because your relationship is pretty much not maybe not be really public, or it could be, but you may just not be very affectionate towards one another when you're not in bedroom. No help with daily responsibilities. I know my main thing with being single is when something happens with my car, you know, I gotta be the one to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a man to deal with that, or if something happened in my house, yeah, I can call my landlord, but I would really rather have a guy there who can take care of it and fix it right then, as opposed to having to wait or to call somebody else to do it. For me, that's two of the main things that I really be like, oh, I need a man when I had those type of issues. Y'all not taking no trips, y'all not going on no dates, y'all not having no real fun together, so your relationship is kind of, just one note, just one level. Y'all don't really got a lot going on because y'all don't really have a relationship. Y'all have a situationship, so it's really kind of confined to just a few things, a certain situation or events or times or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not full circle. Um, you're gonna deal with dishonesty in a situationship, because when you're not in no committed relationship with somebody, it's still going to be lies. There's still going to be dishonesty because they got other things going on. You may have other things going on, so it's going to be some dishonesty and lies going on in that situation. Period. Inconsistency, because again, you don't have no commitment to the situation, so you don't have no obligation to be on time or to call or to do anything like that. So it's going to be a lot of inconsistent activity going on that you have to deal with on a situationship. And ultimately, I think a situationship can be a waste of time if that's not really what you want. If you're really looking for a relationship, then don't be in a situationship. But if you want a situationship and you don't want the responsibility of a relationship, don't be in a relationship. And that's what you really got to figure out. What is it that you really want? What is it that you don't want? And act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Don't put nobody else in a situation where you wasting nobody else's time, and definitely don't waste your own time. So, I just got a few tips that I feel might be helpful for all of us to make better relationship decisions. The main thing for me is I really feel like whether it's a situationship or relationship, communication is the key. You got to tell people what you think and what you feel. That's just the bottom line. You got to communicate. Nobody is a mind reader. Nobody know what you're thinking and what you're feeling if you don't tell them. Keep your friends and family out of your relationship. Just don't complicate it with their opinions and what they think and what they feel, because at the end of the day, it's you and the other person in that situation or that relationship. I have three deal breakers that I go by: um, drugs, physical and emotional abuse, and cheating. Those are my three deal breakers, and the three things that I feel like a guy has to have coming into a relationship with me is he has to have a source of income. He has to have a place to live that's his own, or he has a roommate or something like that he's sharing bills with, not staying with somebody where he's not contributing or anything like that, not living with his mama or his auntie or in his daddy basement or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your own car. You gotta have certain things as a base, as a foundation that you got going on. Treat people like you want to be treated. That's half of it. You know what I'm saying? If you just treat another person with the same respect that you want to be treated with, that'll go real far. That'll get you off to a great start in any type of situation or relationship that you got going on. you gotta be happy with yourself first. You cannot be happy with somebody else if you're not first happy with yourself. And nobody else is responsible for your happiness, and you're not responsible for nobody else's happiness. That's just the bottom line. Don't sacrifice your voice in a relationship. Stay true to who you are. Always stay true to who you are. Don't let whatever the other person wants in a situation or relationship overshadow what you want. Always be true to yourself. Because the better you love you, the better that you can love somebody else, and that's for real. Um, but don't expect something back that you're not willing to put into the situation. Don't just be a gimme, gimme, gimme me type of person. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That's not gonna make you have a good relationship with somebody on any type of level. You know what I'm saying? If you always taking and not never giving nothing, any good relationship is gonna be give and take. It's gonna be compromise. It's gonna be sacrifice on both people's part to give to the relationship. So just stay mindful of that when you're dealing with people. Just a couple of quick points. On Sunday, I'm going to do a part one of relationship goals. I'm going to tell you what my relationship goals are and what I feel like are good relationship goals and what I feel like are bad relationship goals. And I'm going to look at I'm going to tell y'all about some things that I look for in a man, as far as having a relationship with them. So it's going to be a part one. This is going to be a part two. And like I said, I'm going to talk about my relationship goals that I have and the things that I look for or I want in a relationship with a man, because we have to be very clear on understanding what we want. Because a lot of times people ask us, well, what type of man you want, what you look for a man, but it's hard to like put it into words like quick on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of be like, well, I know, but I can't really explain it. That's how I be anyway. I feel like a lot of times guys want the perks and privileges of a relationship, but they don't want the responsibility. I find myself a lot of the times, wanting to, you know, do or be, relationship like with somebody that's really situationship material. You got to be careful with that. Just like, again, you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste nobody else's time. So just please stop wasting your own time. Just really sit down and talk to yourself, talk to whoever you're dealing with, and get an understanding about what you got going on. What age range are you looking in? Because people say age is nothing but a number, but I don't believe that. I'm a firm believer in experience dictates a lot how you deal with people, moving forward in your life. Experiences, just dictate who we are. That's what life is made up of experiences. So you got to know what age range you dealing with when you're talking about dating and relationships and situationships. You got to think about the maturity level of a person. You got to think about the things that a person been through, things that you've been through, and why you are certain ways and why you feel certain ways about stuff. Because the more you and a person have in common, the more you're going to get along, the better your relationship or situation is going to be. Always practice safe sex, to prevent STDs, to prevent pregnancy. Be mindful of another person's health. Be mindful of your health. It's very important to be tested. It's just very important to practice safe sex so you don't have to complicate a situation and worry about things that you shouldn't even have to worry about if we all just practice safe sex. If you're in a committed relationship, that's something different. But if you're not, use condoms, use birth control, just be careful and just be mindful of, STDs and just practice safe sex. So again, I will see y'all on Sunday with relationship goals, the ones that I have, what I think are good relationship goals, and what I think are not good relationship goals. And also, I'm going to talk about what I'm looking for in a man. So it's going to be two parts. two parts of it. The first part gonna be on Sunday, and the second part probably going to be on Thursday. So thank y'all for tuning in to Topics with Tina, and I will see y'all again on Sunday. Thank you all for tuning in. Goodbye.